With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back, trackside, once again. Race fans here to the Turn 3 Racing Network tonight. The ASMR Hauck Designs Gen 4 Cup Series fires things off for the final time. That's right, championship here tonight with the Gatorade Fast Twitch 300. The crown is on the line. The final pole position up for grabs. Qualifying about halfway done. Drivers trying to solidify their spot at the front of this 150-mile championship race in America's heartland. Kansas Speedway hosting the race tonight. We're going to have some fireworks go down on track. We'll see who gets to celebrate with that championship crown at the end of the night. Track temperature, nice, cool, 71 degrees. The fans in the stands beginning to bundle up a little bit. 69 degrees with a 7-mile-an-hour wind. You might want to have a little alcohol in you to stay warm. Just saying. Just saying. Well, enough of that. Let's begin to head trackside. But before we do, how you doing? How you feeling? Out there in TV land, race fans, glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave of the Cave bringing you all the calls from trackside. Speaking of trackside, we're going to go ahead and try to pull some of those qualifying times over there to the left-hand side of your screen. Final chance for drivers to snatch a pole position. Jay Guinness has been on a tear this season. Win the pole positions, the most pole positions so far this season. I believe it's 4 poles to his name. Will he make it a 5th? Go back-to-back visits to victory lane. Will he start from the front? Not right now. Brendan Matthias sits top of the speed charts. Quick time here in qualifying 29:59, just a tick faster than Jake. We'll see if that 25 can get back to the front. A little bit of a hiccup with the timing and scoring. Alan Bledsoe, Derek Moore, Riley Hoots round out your top 5 here in qualifying with just about 75 seconds remaining. Just a handful of drivers remaining. Jensen, Wing, Wiggins, Gage, Schultz yet to put in their fast times here from Kansas Speedway. We'll watch as the ticker ticks down. And we'll get ready to lay the rubber down. The green flag going to fly in just about 5 to 6 minutes. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Pay some of those sponsor bills. You know how that goes. Keep the lights on at all costs. But with that being said, Brendan Mathia will lead the field to the green flag, snatching the final David Spears Design Pole Award. So with that, we're going to step away. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be back with your national anthem and starting lineup right here from Kansas Speedway.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
So proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And back trackside as the flyover has finished. Drivers making their final way through pre-race inspection. We're going to get a little closer to the track as the sun begins to set. Drivers will deal with a changing track condition. Who will deal with their cars tightening up just a little bit as the track cools off. Those Goodyear rubbers going to catch a little more grip. We'll see the horsepower increase. We'll see who chases after the crowd, who walks away. As your Season 8 champion, Brenda Mathia will lead him off of pit lane. Speaking of that championship battle, what do you say we get a little official business out of the way? Bring you those point standings coming into tonight's race. Jake Innes starting second here tonight. Just 7 points out front of Derek Moore. Andrew Walt just 22 back. Christian Abati needs a heck of a finish. And with Abati not here tonight, his championship run will be done. Cody Schultz a little bit out of touch. 63 points back. Unfortunately, Schultz's run ends here before we start the race tonight at Kansas Speedway. So 3 drivers will continue the fight for the championship crown. What do you say? We get ready to run down your starting lineup here tonight from Kansas Speedway. There you can see all the drivers awaiting the word from the pace car. And just like that, you hear the music in the background, you know it's time to run down tonight's starting lineup for the Gatorade Fast Twitch 300 live from Kansas Speedway. You're watching the American Sim Motor Racing Hauck Designs Cup Series, starting inside row number 1, snatching the final David Spears Design Pole Award behind the wheel of that fast and Alani number 1 machine, Brendan Mathia. Jake Innes will start just to his outside, looking to go back to victory lane after last week's race-winning performance. Alan Bledsoe, Derek Moore in row 2. Back in row number 3 here tonight, Riley Hoots and Doug Argabright. Andrew Walt, Zach Miller, row 4, row number 5, and rounding out your top 10, Nicholas Wing and Andrew McConville, Cody Schultz, and Dante Howard. Back in row number 6, row number 7 tonight from Kansas Speedway, Brian Ternowski and Patrick Coro. Jeffrey Engel, Alex Wiggins, Dave Gage, Daniel Jensen will finish out the field. Pace car in. We're ready to unleash the beast on the gas, and away we go. Green flag flies for the first time here tonight from Kansas Speedway. Good start on the bottom for Mathia, able to hold the race lead through 1 and 2. He's going to drift off just in front of that Blue Angels Navy Accelerator Life number 25 machine of Jake Innes. That's going to leave Bledsoe with an opportunity to pound the bottom lane. He's going to catfish his way through 3 and 4, grab the second position away. Slide job up the hill, not going to clear. Innes will keep second for the moment, but it's just not going to work out. There he is, sliding just in front of that 25, heading back into turn 1 as Mathia steps away. Tight battle, second, third, fourth on the racetrack. Going to be a lot of battles. We're going to keep our eyes all over the racetrack. It's not just about those championship leaders. There's tight points battles outside of your top 5 that we're going to keep our eye on as well. Right here, big hornet's nest of drivers. 5, 6, 7 throw blanket under them as the National Guard subway. Number 99 machine of Nicholas Wing hunts the bottom of the racetrack, looking for a handful of positions. Wing already on his way towards the front. Side by side as the 404. PR Taco Palace and Margarita Bar. Cookies machine of Dave Gage picks up his 4th position since the start of tonight's race. As we cross the line, lap number 4 on the board. Let's drop that timing and scoring back over to the left-hand side of your screen. You can follow along and find your favorite driver here tonight from Kansas. We got Batman and the Red Ranger going at it. Let's take a look right here. Andrew Alt and Zach Miller throwing down at, well, that's not really DC, is it? I mean, what was the Power Rangers? Anybody know? Not quite sure. Nice fresh barbecue sponsor All that number 10 of Andrew McConville. Bottom of the racetrack, looking for positions. He's going to go side by side with the 29 of Alt, who's lost the fight now to Zach Miller, who stepped away. A little bit of a loose condition on the bottom of the racetrack. The tandem of McConville going to chase and tail into the car. Unable to complete the pass just yet. Advantage in 1 and 2 this time around. McConville will clear. So through 3 and 4, through turns 3 and 4, we'll get it right. I promise my mouth will work correctly if it needs to. I don't know. Hit the reset button. We'll redo all of it. Keep it going. Darkwing Duck Alt out there in the chat. Buddy, you're not supposed to be on Twitch. Oh, that's Aaron. My bad. See, that's why, you know what, Sometimes I let my mouth speak before my brain recognizes what it's saying. But you know, hey, it is what it is. Side-by-side battle continuing here as the 38 runs the rim at the top of the racetrack, looking for that Harry Gant line here from Kansas Speedway. The 90 of Deontay Hauer right behind him, looking for positions. Hauer up 4 spots now as he's able to clear the 38 on corner exit, lead him across the line, but he's got 2 tough veterans in front of him. Doug Arger right behind the wheel of that Monster Energy Haas Automation number 41 machine runs the high side, ripping the lip early here at Kansas. Side by side, back down the back, stretching into turn 3. Tight battle. Stacked up behind your top 5, all single file at the front of the field. Ooh, big moment there for the 38, almost into the outside wall, almost ending his night prematurely and early, and nobody likes to finish prematurely, but sometimes you crash and burn, and that's just about all it is, you know what I mean? Meanwhile, back at the front of the field, Brandon Bethea enjoys an 0.8 of a second advantage over the field and is able to grab that second spot back once again, more up 1 position as Bledsoe falls back to 4th. Riley Hoots holding it down in 5th. It looks like that is the racing line. Most of the drivers have migrated to the top of the speedway, and it looks like that indeed is where the speed is. Derek Moore into the outside wall. Trouble out of turn number 2. The 16 gonna catch a piece of the outside wall. You can see heavy damage, massive scrapes down that passenger side. A little bit of right front damage for the Knight of Hoots as well. So 2 wounded warriors battling it out on the racetrack. 4th and 5th for the time being. Little bit of, well, they got themselves a lot of bit of time. 5th and 6th, actually. We apologize. Going at it. Battles ensuing in the back. Let's go right around that top 10 position. There you can see Nicholas Wing getting back to that 9th spot as Deontay Howard continues his climb through the field. The 91, just about one of the only drivers willing to catfish here tonight, and he has kept it stuck at the bottom of the racetrack, picking up 5 positions so far. If there's a man on the move, if there's somebody you want to ask where he's running, I think that 90 machine has got something figured out here early at Kansas Speedway. And it's still a long way to go early in the race, but already the sun beginning to set, the clouds starting to roll in. Track temperature will be a factor, changing conditions here tonight as we finish the Gatorade Fast Twitch Championship race underneath the lights. Fireworks will go off. It's just a matter of how many do we see before the end of tonight's race. Race leaders going to make their way off of turn number 2. There you can see Hoots sliding up the racetrack just a little bit. The 90 sideways at a 2. Great racing action all over the racetrack, side by side now. For Arga Bright, engage, going at it. That's going to be for the 8th and 9th position on the track. Nicholas Wing waiting in the wings. No pun intended, but he's right there ready to pick up the pieces. Pounce on a position if he can. Howard going backwards now. Deontay giving up one of those positions that he's gained, but he's going to continue to try to run down Lieutenant Baconville, who's just out front. This is where the battle is. This is where all of the action, all the track is. Derek Moore, Riley Hoots still going at it with each other. 4th and 5th on the racetrack. Let's transition, guys. Can we go up there? Can we get to that one, please? All right, thank you. There it is. Coming at you here. These two guys both damage into the outside wall. Slightly less damage as far as the body work is considered for that 16. But some heavy scrapes down the right side. Going to slow his roll just a little bit. But the Dodge Charger trying to keep it out front. Trying to keep himself with a solid 4th place showing so far here tonight. Still a very long way to go, though. 300 miles in tonight's official race distance. We've got enough done. We got ourselves about 30 miles into tonight's 300-mile race. So when you think of it from that aspect, you know you got a long way to go. But if we continue this long green flag run, they're going to click off at a very fast pace. And into the outside wall once again. Riley Hoots, heavy right side damage now. He's going to have to bring that down pit road. I would expect to see Hoots try to get to pit road. Maybe this time by, possibly next time. Going to feel the car out here, but giving up a ton of track time, losing over a second and a half. The board. He's going to fall right back into the clutches of Deontay Howard, Doug Argabright, McConville, Gage, Tarnowski, Coro. They're all right here, all within a few tenths of each other. This is where you do not want to start that backward slide. We're about midway through the green flag run. You got some damage. You're going to have to spend some time on pit road fixing that damage if you look to be a factor later on here tonight. We'll see what Hoots has to do. Meanwhile, at the front, we got a battle brewing. Race leader's going to go at it. Brandon Bethia, Jay Guinness. Now race lead less than 2/10 of a second as Bethia has been run down by Guinness. Only the race win on the line for your David Spears Design Pole Award winner. He's led all 21 laps behind us so far here tonight. Bethia out front, racing for pride, really, out of the playoffs, out of the points picture altogether, really, by missing a handful of events here this season. But Bethia looking to finish things off on a high note. Go back-to-back race winning performances. Last week, went to victory lane at Las Vegas Motor Speedway in the Sin City Shootout. Able to capture his 3rd checkered flag of the season, get him the most wins of any driver so far. We'll see if he can make it a 4th. Will Bethia be able to tie him and get that 3rd win of the season? This seems to be the strong suit of that 25 car, the late run pace. We've seen it last week. We're seeing it on display again. He might not fire off the quickest. He might not run those blazing fast times at the start of these runs, but you can expect to see him around at the end. Long run cars have been the staple of that 25 crew all season long. It's kept him very consistent so far this season. 8 top 10s, all of those top 10s, top 5s as well, 3 race wins. The man is on fire this year, looking to claim the crown here tonight. He's got fellow championship competitor behind him, and into the outside wall. A little bit of a kiss of that outside wall. Gonna have to be careful. Don't want to damage those fenders just yet. Small things at the front calm down just a little bit. We're going to transition, go back here in the back with a bit Warden Cancer. Number 91 machines into the outside wall. Patrick Coro going to fall back, lose a little bit of ground. Nicholas Wing now picks up the 12th position. Cody Schultz right there running in the 11th. Daniel Jensen rounds out your top 10. Dave Gage with a loose moment coming off of turn number 4. The cookies. PR Tacos Palace Margarita Bar 404. Struggling a little bit with late run pace. And honestly, season 8, it's just been, whoa, trouble on the track. We've got caution. Yellow flag will wave. Patrick Coro involved. Nicholas Wing involved. The 91 tore up from the floor up. We're going to see how it all went down. Let's go high above with the drone cam. Let's check the replay. Oh, and up the track right in front of Wing and nowhere to go. The 11 going to stack up the 90 of, oh my gosh, 90 of Howard gets sent flying. A little bit of WWE action going on there. Body slam, suplex off the turnbuckle, and Howard goes for a ride. Let's take one more look at it here. There's the contact. Howard trying to mind his business. There he is getting into it. Nope, there. 89 3-Chi. Machine of Jeffrey Eagle. Gonna collect some big damage at the end. Coro, Wing, Howard, Ingle, all involved here in our first caution. On the lap number 27, field will head down pit road. So as we head back out front with your race leader heading down pit road, we're going to take the opportunity to pay a few bills, get some sponsored commercial breaks real fast. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back with all your live action right here from Kansas Speedway. And as promised, back trackside before missing any of the action. Field going to receive The one to go this time around. Let's jump back out front with your race leader. Winning the race off of pit road, fastest pit crew. This time around, Bethia will be the control car. Bring us back to racing conditions. Field will receive the one to go from the boss man at the flag stand this time around for the final time this season. Gotta give a huge shout out. He was with us for the majority of season number 8 behind the wheel of that pace car. Joshua Norwood once again keeping everybody straight, making sure everybody's where they need to be. There you can see Patrick Coro making his way off of pit road, trying to minimize the damage control in order for a handful of guys here tonight, and 2 already out after the heavy substantial contact under our first caution. Nicholas Wing, Jeffrey Engel, early exits here tonight. Field now down to just 16 drivers, 15 remain on the lead lap, and we're going to get set to fire things off once again here from Kansas Speedway. It's championship night. You're watching the Gatorade Fast Twitch 300. Through 3 and 4 we go. Just kidding, guys. I'm not going to sing to you, I promise. You don't want that. You don't want that, I promise. Your cats will go hide and your dogs will howl, I promise. Anyways, pace car end. Into the restart zone we roll on the gas. Green flag flies. Once again here from Kansas Speedway. Good start once again for Matthias, side by side for Moore and Ennis. Last time we've seen these two battling for positions at the front. It didn't quite work out for Moore. Gave up a handful of spots. Battle still raging on here. 16. Arts and Mary's Jalapeno Chimps. Oh, close. Not going to be able to pull off the pass. Man, that was close. It was close. Speaking of close, how about the battle right behind him? Riley Hoots. Doug Argerbright going at it. Argerbright almost oversteps and gets into the outside wall. Hoots going to slide job his way off of turn number 2. That's going to open it up for a crossover. Typical re-attack move there for the 41 of Argerbright. Close off of 4, not clear. They'll stay side by side, and it's going to take the second position. Argerbright remains in 5th. Alt Gage Schultz, Bledsoe, and Tarnowski round out your top 10. With our third lap getting ready to go on the board, let's go ahead and drop the timing and scoring back over to the left-hand side of your screen. Let you follow along and find your favorite driver in the field once again here tonight. Brandon Bethia, quick on the start and restart. Already a 3/4 of a second advantage. He had an 8/10 advantage and was reeled in by Ennis before a little bit of contact. We'll see if the pit crew of that 25 was able to massage the fenders enough to get him some speed to reel Bethia back in the way we seen during that long green flag run to open things up here tonight from Kansas Speedway. You're watching championship night for the ASMR Hauck Designs Cup Series. A lot of great racing action out there on the track. Let's go back here. Let's watch this 404, the 29, and the 5. Battle of 4 positions. Allen Bledsoe. Contact with the outside wall. Schultz is super loose. A lot of drivers going single file now. Still positions up for grabs. Cody Schultz going to lose a spot to the 24. Now Bledsoe going to look to run down to Andrew Alt for the 7th position. That iconic DuPont number 24 has been inside of your top 5 all night long. You can see some bright front damage just over the front wheel, causing a little bit of aero problems for Bledsoe right now. We'll see if he's able to overcome with just about 112 laps remaining here tonight. Still a long way to go. We are nowhere near the halfway point. But Thea out front, half a second advantage. Jake is well and clear of Hoots. Hoots has got more right behind him. Argerbright and Gage begin to go at it. So as we cross the line this time by 10 laps away from a third of the way through tonight's Gatorade Fast Twitch 300. The American Sim Motor Racing Hauck Designs Cup Series Season number 8 Championship. Who you got? Who's your favorite? Who you think's gonna win? I've got money. Well, mainly because, like, those of you that know me know I love food. It's no secret. Love to cook, love to eat. It is what it is, right? I've got some free jalapeno chips. Homemade jalapeno chips coming to me. If that 16 can pull it off, we've been rooting for him since the start of the chase. We're going to see if Moore can get the job done, but will the damage be too much to overcome? Sitting in the 4th position right now with Argerbright closing in. 2 fast forwards. Gonna go. Oh my goodness. 2 fast forwards. Gonna go at it. 4th position, 4th and 5th. On the racetrack, Dave Gage beginning to bring a slew of drivers along with him. The 404 up 11 positions after finally cracking into the top 5 last week in the Sin City Shootout from Las Vegas, Nevada. As the season finally turned around for that 404, the driver and crew have just struggled. They've been a bit of a problem magnet is what I'll call it. A problem. Because problems have just found them all season long. Able to finally piece it together last week. We'll see if that momentum and confidence is there for Gage this week here at Kansas Speedway. Half a mile D-shaped racetrack nestled in America's heartland. What a night. What a race. Sun continuing to set as Bledsoe taps the outside wall once again. Close battle now. Let's go right here. More under fire as Gage drops to the bottom of the racetrack. Look for the slide job at a 3 and 4. Will he have enough to clear? Not quite enough, but the 29 shows us a slide job right behind Bledsoe. Into the outside wall once again is Alan Bledsoe, and his championship is slipping away. Heavy, substantial contact now down the right side. The DuPont 24 is gonna have some problems. Looking to break through the walls again here. Non-pound him down, the 28. Tarnowski looking for some positions. The Kool-Aid car, we've loved this paint scheme since the inception of the season. Highly skilled driver. He's found a little bit of trouble so far this season. Still searching for that first top 5. 3 top 10s to his name. Will tonight be the night that Tarnowski can break into the top 5? We'll watch as it all unfolds. Let's go a little bit further through the field. We've got close, tight battle. right around that 4th, 5th, 6th position there. You can see Argabright sitting in 4th, Dave Gage right there in 5th. Moore, after the contact with the wall, has dropped a handful of positions. He's going to drop now outside of the top 5 for the first time here tonight. The Arts and Mary's Jalapeno Chip 16 machine with a little bit of a rough run. He's got some time to figure it out as we are just around the corner from 100 laps remaining here tonight from Kansas Speedway. Argabright continues to rip the lip at the top of the speedway. Gage catfishing for all it's worth. Noodling looking for the big one. Will he get the pass done this time? A little bit of a twitch out of the front end, losing the nose of the car up out of the corner. And speaking of the nose of the car, what do you say we get a little look inside the car, behind the wheel of that 404 machine, running those pink cancer awareness driving gloves. He slides right in front and grabs the position away. Man, that was close. Argabright gonna fight back on the bottom. Crossover coming right back at you. A little bit of a pinch down by Argabright. That is a veteran maneuver right there. Argabright saying, no, sir, not gonna come right back at me. You're gonna have to take a moment to think about what you've done. So here we are again at the front. Let's transition to the battle for the overall race lead. In control of his championship destiny, Jake Innes sitting behind the wheel of that Navy Accelerator Light Blue Angel sponsored Chevy Monte Carlo, looking for race win. Oh, into the outside wall. Big pancake. Wanted to visit IHOP, but that's not the pancakes you want to order. Jake Innes, right there, we were about to mention, in control of his championship destiny right now. Derek Moore, his closest competitor. Trouble here tonight, deep in the field, all the way back in the 8th position. Andrew Alt, the next in line, sitting in 6th. Innes, he's got a buffer. Do you push it? Do you look for that race win? Or do you play it conservative? Keep yourself right here at the front. Finish it off with another top 5, another top 10. But more importantly, know you finish it off with that season championship in hand, in the bag. Do you risk it for the biscuit to try to get the race win? Possibly throwing away your championship opportunity. A lot to think about for the man behind the wheel of that number 25 machine as he closes back in on Brendan Bethea, who's led every single lap so far here tonight. Looking to sweep all of the bonus points here tonight. The Gatorade Fast Winch 300 live from Kansas Speedway. Let's jump around the racetrack once again, race fans. Let's go back here in the back, take a look here as the ADS. Number 5 machine of Cody Schultz, able to jump inside of the top 10, up 4 positions from where he qualified. Now running in that 3rd spot. Big wiggle out of hoops in front. See Andrew All right there as well. The 29 running strong here tonight. Picking up 1 position so far, but he's been embroiled in a handful of battles as we're going to take a look off of the tail end of a handful of these machines, looking back from Alt and Schultz down to turn 3. Another tight little battle. Let's take a look off of the race leaders. Tail end just over the rear deck lid. Looking back at the man putting in work inside of his office. The Jake Innes right there looking to pounce. You could hear him breathe the throttle a little bit, having to breathe the throttle a little on corner exit. That's going to cost you. That's going to cost you a little bit of momentum. When you get in the gas, you want to be able to stay in the gas, but unfortunately, you can hear him right there playing with the throttle again on corner exit, and that is where Ennis seems to be faster. Jake Ennis seems to be the quicker of the two as they head back down into turns 1 and 2. Race leader's gonna blast off of the corner exit down the backstretch, chasing after the front of this field. And again, how aggressive are you? How bad do you want the race win? I mean, sure. Let's look at it objectively. You don't climb into a race car to run second. Nobody ever does. You don't climb in a race car to finish 3rd, 5th, 9th, 10th. You climb in the car to win. You chase after the checkered flag. That's what it's about. So even with a championship on the line, will we see that racer mentality begin to show up for Jake Ennis? We've seen him pushing the limits, overstepping the bounds, and catching a piece of the outside wall. Here he is again, all over that rear deck lid as they head back off back down the back stretch. Brendan Mathia remains as your race leader. And let's take a look at the battle between Dave Gage right behind Cody Schultz. Riley Hoot's gonna lose a position now as Gage moves back to 6, looking to break into the top 5 for the first time. Off of 4 this time by Gage. Not gonna have the momentum. He's gonna settle for 6. Lap 60 on the board, and it looks like we've got green flag pit stops underway. Patrick Coro, Andrew McConville, Riley Hoots on to pit road now. Race leaders to pit lane. Brenda Bethia, Jake Ennis, Cody Schultz. That's going to bring Dave Gage to pit road as well. Doug Argobright will inherit the race lead for the first time here tonight. New race leader from Kansas Speedway, Doug Argobright, going to inherit the race lead. And this is a big pivotal moment in our race as well. All you race fans in TV land watching, joining us here tonight, whether you're over there on the Twitch side of things, maybe you're joining us on Kick right here on your home for eSpeed YouTube with the Turn 3 Racing Network. First time tonight, we're going to have some new race leaders. Brian Jarnowski going to put the Kool-Aid car out front. 28, yet to hit pit lane. 2 drivers yet to hit pit road. Tarnowski and Miller remain on the track. Both drivers with a conservative entry to pit road. You don't want to get caught by the pit road police. Like, nobody wants a pit road penalty. First green flag pit stop, championship night. It could cause a little bit of problems and slow on the stop, and we've got a change at the front. The eventual race lead will be handed over to that 25. What a job well done by the pit crew. 14:53, that is going to be the fastest stop of the night. That is going to be almost a second faster than Brendan Mathia's crew. Almost a full second, and that's what it translates to on the racetrack. Able to not just get to him, but able to leapfrog him and get himself a half a second advantage. The long run speed is there with that 25. We'll see if he stretches his legs as this green flag run continues. We're down the backstretch, lap number 64. First Green flag pit cycle out of the way. Let's go back, watch a battle here. We've got 3 drivers all lined up with each other. Cody Schultz, Doug Arger, Brian, Dave Cage. Go at it for positions inside of your top 10. Algebright to the top of the speedway. Gage still down at the bottom of the racetrack. Just a handful of drivers have been able to really utilize that inside lane. Typically, we see some rim riding here at Kansas Speedway, but a handful of drivers showing their skill, making it work, running where they ain't, and gaining a handful of positions as we are just about 10 laps away from the halfway point. What do you say we get to our job a little bit earlier here tonight? What do you say we go ahead and start those driver highlights and spotlights, starting at the front of the field, showing the way out front, grabbing the race lead on and off pit road with the fastest stop of the night. The man chasing after a championship behind the wheel of that number 25 Blue Angels Navy Accelerate Your Life sponsored Chevy Impala, Jake Ennis, sits at the top of the charts. He's had speed all night long. He's led the majority of tonight's race, over 50 plus laps led here tonight. Brendan Bethea, your David Spears Design Pole Award winner, hunting after win number 3. Will he be able to reel Jake back in? We're going to watch it all unfold right here tonight with the American Sim Motor Racing Hauck Designs Cup Series. Bethea from leading, now back to second. Able to turn his night around once again, and caution is gonna put a pause on the highlights. We're gonna see what happened here. Cody Schultz looks to have been involved. Do we got one, guys? Do we? We're waiting the thumbs up here. They're looking back at the camera angles, trying to find a good one. So let's see. Let's just jump to it, guys. Let's not keep the fans waiting. Thank you, appreciate it. We're gonna go now check the replay, and Cody Schultz there, you can see him. The Advanced Drainage Systems ADS number 5 machine with trouble. Let's take a look one more time here. Up the racetrack and right across the nose of the 9. He's gonna get punted to the inside. Long, lazy slide, couple 360s, might be a little bit dizzy. He's going to get it back to first gear, roll off, no harm, no foul. As we head back to the front with your race leader, Jake Ennis, Brandon Bethea, Doug Arger, Andrew Alt, all electing to stay out on the track. Derek Moore going to be the first driver down pit road. Riley Hoots, Dave Gage, Andrew McConville, Alan Bledsoe, Daniel Jensen, Zach Miller, and Cody Schultz all joined your race on the pit road. So the top 5 is going to change around a little bit. Let's get back to the driver highlights and spotlights behind that 41 machine. The Haas Automation Monster Energy number 41. Doug Argabright running well here tonight, up 3 positions from where he qualified from 6th to 3rd, eyeballing his first win of the season. Will Argabright be able to get the job done? We'll have to wait and see. Championship contender chipping away at the front of the field, the Darkwing Duck. You know what? We thought it was Batman, but Aaron, we now understand the comment. No, that is definitely a Darkwing Duck mobile out there. Love it. So we're not going to go anywhere. We're going to stay right here. Love it when a plan comes together. So you can't. Some things you just can't script, right? Some things just happen. It just happens. And, well, we didn't have to do anything. Love it. Andrew Alt with a good run came into tonight's race 22 points back, with Ennis leading a handful of laps a little bit more of a deficit. Although with a race win and leading some laps, may have that mathematical chance, that mathematical opportunity. We'll see how the chips fall and where they lay at the end of this 300-mile race. And the Kool-Aid Man right here breaking into the top 5. Big shout out to Tarnowski. What a run so far here as we are just around the corner from the halfway point. We will drop the green flag next time around. The boss man at the flag stand giving the field the one finger wave. We will unleash the beasts once again here at Kansas Speedway. And well, driver highlights, spotlights done. Mid-race rundown coming at you. 18 drivers took to the starting grid here tonight. We have still got 15 out on the track with all 15 remaining on the lead lap. Patrick Coro still in heavy damage control mode. Still trying to fix some substantial damage from our first caution here tonight. So let's transition to the front of the field. New control car, new race leader for a restart. Will Ennis be able to fire off and lead him out of 2? Norwood brings the pace car to pit road. We'll roll to the restart zone, and away we go. Green flag flies once again from Kansas Speedway. Again, we see the tight battles here. After the drop of the green flag, Ennis not able to step away as we've watched Mathia do on our previous restarts. And Brendan going to go to the bottom of the racetrack looking for the race lead. Will he be able to work the wheel and slide up in front of the 25? Not this time around, but on the bottom of the racetrack, short way around. He'll get the job done back into 1. Back to the point once again, the 1 in the first position, showing the way, showing how or why he was able to snatch that David Spears Design Pole Award just about an hour ago. Able to secure the final pole award of the season. Mathia out front. Tied battle now between Alt and Miller. Daniel Jensen right there. How about the Celsius? Live Fit Energy. Number 11 of Alex Wiggins running well here tonight. Wiggins up 6 positions from where he qualified, from 16th now to 10th. Three lined up at the top, 1 on the bottom. Now the 38 going to drop down to the bottom to try to protect that inside lane, protect the position. The Red Ranger getting the job done here tonight. Zach Miller up in the top 5 position. Argabright with a little bit of an issue in that 3rd position. The Haas Automation Monster Energy Ford Fusion has a little bit of trouble through the corner. That's going to open up the door for Dave Gage, who's going to look to slide up the racetrack. Not able to grab the position just yet. They'll battle side by side back to 1. Top two stepping away as the battle continues for that third and final podium position. Argabright at the top where he has been all night. Gage at the bottom. We've seen him on the bottom of the racetrack all night long as well. Very familiar with what the car is going to do and how it's going to react. Gage still trying to take the position away. Unable to do so as of yet. It's a handful of laps past the halfway point here tonight. Brendan Bethea back out front, patting his back pocket with those laps led. He only needs about 20 more laps led to secure the most laps led here tonight. But with this Hornet's Nest of brewing right here, the storm picking up through the mid-pack. I don't know that we're going to stay green flag. A lot of cars beginning to slip and slide a little bit, pushing the envelope, pushing the issues here. Gage going to lose not one but two positions now. Go to the top of the racetrack. And sometimes that's what you got to do. Sometimes you just got to give up, regroup, reevaluate the runs, and then reset and try to go back after once again. Close little battle there as Argabright going to now lose two positions. He's going to lose a spot to Cody Schulp as well as to the 16 of Derek Moore. Moore, one of those resilient drivers in the field here tonight. He's had a bit of damage throughout tonight's race. But as you can see, he's still out there pounding the pavement, looking for the front. The pit crew has been able to buff, wax, and massage the right side of that race car back into some sort of racing shape. Great up close camera shot here. The jalapeno chips, Arts and Mary's Ford Taurus. An amazing ride, an amazing run so far this season. Let's jump around the track just a little bit here, race fans. Argabright still at the top of the racetrack. Now battling with Andrew Alt, Dave Gage right here. Tarnowski in the line as well. Matthias still out front, but Schultz able to close in. Big trouble for Jake Guinness, who's going to slide all the way back to the fourth position. Contact with the outside wall just a lap ago. back trackside as we continue the long green flag run, green flag pit cycle underway for the second time. So far here tonight, out front showing the way once again is Brendan Mathia. He is listed off the lead lap. We're going to go ahead and drop that timing scoring back over to the left-hand side of your screen. Let you follow along and find your favorite driver in the field here tonight. But again, Mathia just flexing his muscles here tonight has been to the field. Right around the corner from leading over 100 laps in tonight's 150 lap Gatorade Fast Twitch 300. On a way to end things on a high note on championship night under the lights, has a short track Saturday night feel. But Mathia will eventually inherit that race lead to get back to the front for the moment. Listed one lap down. Andrew McConville, your race leader, out front. The Hog Wild Barbecue sponsored number 10 machine, looking good out there tonight. Daniel Jensen right behind him. Dave Gage, Riley Hoots, Alan Bledsoe, Zach Miller, Patrick Coro, all yet to hit pit lane. 16 machine of Derek Moore also win some trouble here tonight. Moore listed as the first driver one lap down, but he has still got to complete his next green flag pit stop. So unfortunately for Moore, it looks like his championship opportunity may come to an end here tonight from Kansas Speedway. While we've got you, while you're watching, if you haven't already, show these drivers some love and appreciation, and as always, make sure you drop them that thumbs up. Let them know you enjoy not just the racing action here tonight on championship night, but each and every Wednesday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. You can find the ASMR Hauck Designs Cup Series. So as McConville comes to pit road, Jensen will inherit the race lead. Rest of the field gonna come to pit road. Daniel Jensen, Zach Miller gonna stay out all the racetrack. There you can see both Derek Moore and Brenda Mathia working their way around, getting themselves back on to the lead lap, and that is going to be very key if we have some late race problems. In trouble. Less than 50 laps to go. Championship on the line. Checkered flag gonna be coming very soon. Zach Miller going to stay out on the racetrack. The Red Ranger looking to lead a lap or two here tonight. He's going to do so. Crosses the line with the lap led now on the lap 103. Derek Moore 28 seconds behind. Brendan Mathia, Jake Ennis, Alex Wiggins will cycle back to the front. And there it is. There's the exit from the track to pit road. Zach Miller will give up the race lead. Derek Moore, Brendan Mathia look like they're going to be going at it here momentarily for positions. Trying to check that timing and scoring. We've got Moore not coming to pit road. Possible transponder issue for that Arts and Mary's jalapeno chip number 16 machine. But he needed something to happen. He needed to do something different, and I think he's done so. He may now be out front showing the way, and indeed he is. Derek Moore going to use a massive undercut to pick up track position, pick up some breathing room. 1.9 seconds out in front of Brandon Mathia. Jake Ennis rounds out your podium. gonna jump around the track a little bit. Once again, let's go back here and check out Brian Ternowski as he's got McConville closing in. Side-by-side racing action has the 10 hounds that white line, tiptoeing through the tulips. Keep it the right side, the right rear tire happy. Able to keep the grip, get the forward bind he needs up off of the corner exit. Grabs the position away, and McConville moves to 7th. So let's check in on those championship drivers, those championship implications, and we're going to start right at the front of this field with just about 43 laps remaining. Derek Moore came into tonight's race sitting just 7 points outside of your overall points lead, 7 points behind championship leader Now and Moore, leading a handful of laps out front. Is it possible that he will be able to walk away with the season championship? We'll find out after all the points are tallied. Jake Innes right here, your points leader coming into tonight's race. He's led some laps, so those points will wash each other out, but with Moore in first, Innes in third, is that enough to offset that 7-point advantage that Innes had coming into tonight's race? Drivers sitting at fourth, Cody Schultz, also another one of your championship contenders, but eliminated mathematically from the championship with a little bit of a rough go last week in the Sin City Shootout at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Cody Schultz racing for pride now, looking to leapfrog Abati in the championship standings, who is not in the field here tonight. Going to be back-to-back weeks that Christian is not on track, and we hate to see you lose the championship that way, but sometimes that's just how it is. Christian Abati going to fall out of that playoff picture, out of the championship hunt. We've got 40 laps to go. Will Moore be able to remain out front? Bethia fastly closing in. Lap traffic may become a factor. Derek Moore right here closing in on the tail end. I believe that is going to be the 29. Yes, it is. The 29 of Andrew Alt. Trouble for Alt. Damage, pit road problems. Alt listed off of the lead lap 1. Now make that a second lap down. Looks like got a little too dangerous. Or Darkwing Duck out there on the track here tonight. If you know, you know. If you don't, I'm not going to explain it. It is what It is. If you know, you know. Well, I'll just leave it at that. 15 laps past the 100 lap threshold. Want to take just a brief moment here to thank each and every one of the sponsors coming on board this season. Once again, title series sponsor Hauck Designs. If you're in the market for a new livery on your ride, doesn't matter if it's these NASCAR machines, maybe you like the open wheels, or maybe it's one of those Daytona prototypes. Maybe you need to look fresh heading in to the Rolex 24 coming up in less than a month. We're going to have the Rolex 24-hour race right here on iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator. If you're looking to get a fresh helmet, a slick-looking ride, you got to find them on Facebook.com. Once again, that's Hauck Designs. As always, we'd be remiss if we didn't thank a staple, a sponsor here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, a staple sponsor for many of the leagues able to operate here on iRacing.com. Big shout out to Butt Kicker. Their haptic transducers bring all the action right to your feet and through your seat. Butt Kicker, the future is feeling. Huge shout out as well to Tommy D and all the guys and girls over there at Beef Jerky Unlimited. If you're looking for a sweet treat, or maybe you want it with a little bit of heat, they got something for everybody's palate, all the way from the Hawaiian pineapple to the nitromethane. Yeah, that's right, you heard right. Nitromethane is spicy but oh so good. Beef Jerky Unlimited. Check them out. Use Turn 5 on your checkout. Receive a little bit of a discount. Tell Turn 3 sent you. You never know what it might get you. Probably nothing, but you never know. You can check those guys out over at BeefJerkyUnlimited.com. Tired of riding in the slow lane, looking for a new ride? Well, Tommy and Brian can get you hooked up over there at Dale Earnhardt Chevrolet, the original Intimidator location right there in Newton, North Carolina. Glad to partner with Dale Earnhardt Chevrolet. They've got all sorts of great deals right now. Got myself a 2023 Trailblazer sitting in the driveway. Couldn't be happier with the purchase. If you're looking for a new ride, check out DaleEarnhardtChevrolet.com. Mathia was able to close into under a second, but more stretching the legs once again out front. Now with just 30 laps remaining, we're going to see one more green flag pit stop. When will these drivers pull the trigger and head to pit lane for the final time? We know they can go 30 laps, so do you run it out on the front end, or do you make it a short stop? A little bit less fuel at the end. We're going to see what the strategies are. Doug Argabright already to pit road. The Haas Automation Monster Energy number 41 to pit road. He's going to be the first driver to head to pit lane, and there it is. Moore going to call to pit road. Brendan Mathia going to take back over the race lead with a sizable advantage now over Jake Innes. 3.3 seconds back. Mathia, a little bit of a Sunday drive here. He may be able to save some fuel, save a little tire, and possibly walk away with a race win. Mathia, Ennis, McConville, all to pit road. Riley Hoot's going to stay out on the racetrack in that Dodge Charger. A few laps led here tonight. Mopar Power out front here at Kansas. We're on the downhill side of things. Final green flag pit cycle well underway here tonight at the Gatorade Fast Winch 300. Brought to you by the American Sim Motor Racing Hauck Design Cup Series. It's championship night. Will crown a king under the lights. Back across the line goes Riley Hoots. Daniel Jensen in tow, Alan Bledsoe. Rounding out your podium drivers, Bledsoe yet to hit pit road. Gage and Turnowski in pit lane this time around. And Moore again, able to put a huge gap between himself and Bethia by just coming to pit road that one lap sooner. Looks like the pit crew's pretty much on par with each other for both Moore and Bethia, so not really a lot of gain there for Moore, but that one lap really translating into a sizable advantage. Less than 25 to go when we cross the line this time around. Hoots, Jensen, Bledsoe, Miller, Coro all remained on the track. Bledsoe gonna pull to pit road the last final second, and we got trouble. Caution on the speedway, we've got a problem. Brian Turnowski may have had some trouble. The Kool-Aid car a little bit slow on the backstretch. We'll take a look. Let's see how it all went down. Well, that's coming off of pit road. Looked like maybe got a little loose on the apron. It's going to go for a long, lazy slide. And back up on the track. Race officials, no other choice but to throw that caution flag with oncoming traffic on its way. Caution number 3 of the night here on lap number 126. So, man, that definitely makes things interesting. Front of the field yet to hit pit road. Your top 5. Well, actually, your top 5 came to pit road back on lap 100. Not enough fuel to get to the end. They cannot make it 50 laps. So look for your top 5 to have to hit pit road. The rest of the field trapped 1 lap down. They have no other choice but to stay out, so the tire advantage will belong to Hoots, Jensen, Miller, Coro, and Bledsoe. We'll see if they use it to their advantage. They will start at the front of the field. Championship implications, race winning implications as well. Here with our third caution of the night, flying with less than 25 laps to go. Fortunately enough for Derek Moore, he's going to receive the lucky dog. He's going to be able to go down pit road if he wants to and at least pick up some tires, be on the same tire strategy. The unfortunate problem here for Moore is he's going to start with the tail end of the longest line. He's going to have a lot of cars to pass. But this is where he could possibly make up enough points. Ennis going to be trapped with a wave around. Getting his lap back. I mean, there's all sorts of situations right now. It's almost mind-numbing. I can't keep up with it all. No surprise there, right? Riley Hoot's going to win the race off of pit road. He'll put the Mopar Power Dodge Charger at the front of the field. Daniel Jensen going to line up behind him with Zach Miller, Derek Moore, Alan Bledsoe, Coro, Mathia, Ennis, Schultz, Argabrine, Gage, and McConville. Finished out the drivers on the lead lap. We'll get the 1 to go signal next time around. Peace signed by the boss man in the flag stand. And a short run to the end, right? We said it's got a short track Saturday night feel under the lights here in America's heartland. And well, we really got ourselves a short track shootout. 20 laps to go. We'll have 19 when they cross the line. And the green flag flies. Get your popcorn. Get ready. It's about to go down here tonight with a Gatorade Fast Twitch 300 live from Kansas Speedway. If you haven't already, race fans, don't forget to join us in that push to 4,000 subscribers. Show these drivers some love. Drop the thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side to get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, David the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by, whether you're sliding in to say hey, or you are one of our dedicated fans, friends, family, maybe one of our many, multiple sponsors across the many and multiple different series and leagues. Whether you want the asphalt or you want the dirt, we've got it all right here 7 days a week on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Big shout out to all the guys and girls at the Turn 3 Racing Network. It's been a great year. We've accomplished some goals. We've set new ones. We know with your help, we're gonna get there again. So, hats off. And I salute each and every one of you putting in the work, making things possible behind the scenes. Big shout out to all of our fellow broadcasters on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Gentlemen, one heck of a year. Hope you had a Merry Christmas and a great New Year. We're going to set the bar high, and we're going to get it this year. I promise you that. We're going to get some racing back in here as the field, double file, 3 and 4, pace car back in, awaiting the loud pedal into the restart zone on the gas, and green flag flies once again here from Kansas Speedway. Three wide through 1 and 2, Alan Bledsoe looking to go somewhere. Not going to get there though. Daniel Jensen going to keep that second position. 38 of Zach Miller still tucked in line. This is the separation that Derek Moore needed. The Arts Mary's Jalapeno Chip number 5 right here, running in that 5th position. Closest championship competitor 3 spots behind him, sitting in 8th. Can Ennis make up some more ground? Man, it's going to get tight. It's going to be hot and heavy for that overall season championship. It's going to come down to the final lap. I can pretty much promise you that. We've got battles at the front. Battle for the race lead. Second position right here. 2-3 cars battling it out. We'll make it a 4th or 5th in just a moment. Class of the field. He's been out front pretty much all night long. There you can see that Alani number 1 machine up. Brendan Mathia chasing after a 3rd win. Derek Moore looking for a 3rd win as well. Will either of these drivers be able to get the job done, or could we see Alan Bledsoe park that iconic DuPont 24 in victory lane after some troubles early in the night? The pit crew stayed the course, and Bledsoe quick at the front. He moves to 2nd. Daniel Jensen to fall back to 3rd. Zach Miller looking to grab that final spot on the podium here as we cross the line with 15 remaining. Into the outside wall, fast at the top, but tiptoeing in his Jordans wasn't quite enough. He's going to collect a piece of the outside wall. Alan Bledsoe with some struggles. Now he's going to go way up the racetrack once again. Bledsoe struggling. You win the long run. Let's go back. Find our championship competitors once again. There you can see that 16. How much does he fight Mathia here? Brendan, the only driver in between himself and Jake Ennis. And right now, the biggest Dave Gage fan at the track is the man behind the wheel of that 16. He needs Gage to get by. Gage to the bottom of the racetrack looking for the position, up 9 spots from where he qualified. Can Gage head back to the front once again? Still ripping the lip, man. Ennis has not given up on that high lane at all. All night long, he has been right there flirting with disaster, overstepping at one point in time. But, man, that's what you call fortitude. We're going to leave the first part of it there out, but, man, knowing that you had trouble, knowing that a championship is on the line, and you got to put it there anyway, nerves of steel. Final 10 laps, final 15 miles of racing action here tonight. The Gatorade Fast Twitch 300 Championship night for the ASMR Hauck Designs Cup Series side-by-side racing. Dave Gage still trying to pick up the position. Derek Moore desperately trying to stay in front of Mathia. Oh, that was a close slide job. Crossover attempt coming back into 3. Can Gage keep the momentum up at the top of the racetrack? Able to do so, able to keep the position. What do you do if you're Ennis behind the wheel right here? How hard are you willing to push it? Do you go up there, maybe make some contact, try to shake a driver up a little bit? Are you on the radio with your crew chief and spotter? Where are we at in the points? Where are they at? What do I need here? Talk to me. Things that go through a driver's mind in these, I don't want to call them volatile, but very pivotal moments in the championship can be somewhat overwhelming. This is when you start feeling the car do things that you haven't felt to do all night. You start wondering where the line's at right now. Where are these guys running? Why don't I have the speed? And Ennis right here just looking to hold on to that 8th position. He's got the 91 of Patrick Coro looking to his inside. Get the cancer. Ben Warden 91 put Ennis deeper in the running order. Meanwhile, out front, Riley Hoots, he gone. Checked out, see ya, bye-bye. Riley Hoots out to a 1.5 second advantage with only 7 laps to go. Can this be the night that 9 breaks through and puts Mopar Power back in victory lane? Alan Bledsoe, tough fight, but he's not going to have it at the end. Contact with the outside wall at the 24. Lost a ton of ground. Daniel Jensen right here battling with Miller. Oh, and Dave Gage with trouble. Gage with trouble. Dave Gage with trouble. He gives up 2-3 spots here. Jake is going to work his way back around. And that pass could have championship implications or more. Derek Moore, the Jalapeno Chips Arts and Mary 16 machine sitting in the 4th position, came into tonight's race 7 points behind. Jake Ennis sitting in 8th. Is that enough? Both have led laps. So those bonus points should wash each other out. It's all about the finish. Will he make up enough points with 4 laps to go? It is all in the hands of this man right here. Riley Hoots looking better late than never, maybe. You know, the old moniker, that's how it goes. Waited all season long, and it is on his doorstep now across the line. 3 to go here from Kansas. Off of 4, coming to the stripe, popsicle sticks on display. 2 laps remaining here in season number 8. You're watching the ASMR Hauck Designs Cup Series Championship season finale here from Kansas Speedway. What a night, what a race. Only 3 cautions tonight in the Gatorade Fast Twitch 300. You can't be too disappointed on how it went down. We're gonna have ourselves a new race winner here tonight. White flag flies. Final lap as Riley Hoots crosses the line. Will we see Derek Moore be able to get the job done? Jakin is picking up yet another position, drawing closer to Moore. It's going to be a tight points battle. Back down into turn 3 for the final time. Less than a half a mile remains, and Riley Hoots will fire off a 4 back across the stripe, and your race winner for the first time here tonight in season number 8, getting the job done in the Gatorade Fast Twitch 300 behind the wheel of that Dodge. Man, job well done. Riley Hoots picks up his first win. The Florida native gonna get the job done, and man, it couldn't be sweeter. There you can see some of his fellow competitors coming by, giving him a little bit of a congratulations bump, a little bit of a wave as he comes to the front stretch. I'm sure he's waited a long time for this. Gonna give the fans in the stands a bit of a smoke show. Post-race celebrations in order for Hoots as he captures the checkered flag. We're gonna take just a moment, set up our post-race interviews as Hoots gives the fans in the stands the smoke show. What a night, what a run. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back live from Kansas Speedway. backtrack side as promised at the end of tonight's Gatorade Fast Twitch 300. At the end of the season, we're going to see the checkered flag fly in for the first time. It is going to fall. Well, the man that has yet to be to victory lane this season, the 9 of Riley Hoots, picking up his first race win. We're going to dive right into these post-race interviews. We're going to jump directly to victory lane tonight. Let's see if we can dial up and have a few words with the man behind that number 9 machine with the Mopar power behind him. Riley, it's Dave. How you feeling after getting that first win?
Oh, I feel like I got a monkey off my back, man. Had a couple of them I feel like that have slipped through my fingers this season. Feels good to go out on a high note and get a win tonight. Super proud of this run.
Well, we know you may have wanted this race win to come a little bit sooner in the season, but does it make it any sweeter to come here on championship night and kind of show out in front of everybody watching those guys racing for the crown? You know, does it feel any better to come out and kind of steal the show?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, any time I've got an opportunity to come out here and have a chance to compete for a win, I'm going to take it. And you know, that's not to say that championship battle was intense, and those guys going for it have had amazing seasons. I mean, both Jake and Derek are amazing drivers, and I mean, the way it was shaping out, it looked like they were probably going to finish ahead of us on the strategy. I kind of got behind there and got lucky with that last caution, but yeah, we were able to put our sails in the wind and go and steal it, so that definitely feels nice.
Well, Riley, an amazing job getting to victory lane here tonight, finishing season number 8 off on a high note. I know you guys are probably looking forward to a few weeks off. You get to enjoy this race win for a little bit longer, but for the first time from victory lane, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous?
Oh, absolutely. I've got my fiance Victoria who tunes in, watches all my racing every week. I've got a bunch of family that tunes in and watches every week. I've got aunts, uncles, my parents, cousins even that tune in and will watch every week. And just couldn't be more proud to have a family of support behind me, and looking forward to some more W's in 2024.
Well, Riley, again, you finished it on a high note. We'll see if you can carry any momentum forward into next season. But until then, my friend, enjoy this win. I hope you had yourself a happy and safe holidays. And we got some Daytona 24 coming up here soon. So maybe we'll see you around for that one. But until then, congratulations again on getting to victory lane. We'll look out for you when we start back up. But stay safe. And as always, keep it fast.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. See you next season.
All right, there you have it. Final words from victory lane behind the wheel of that Dodge Charger Mopar powered number 9. Riley Hoots gonna pick up his first win of the season. Job well done. Absolutely phenomenal job. We're going to take a moment now. Let's see if we can talk to the man that walked away in second place here tonight. Let's see if we can dial up that iconic 24 machine. Alan, it's Dave. You got us?
I got you, Dave.
Man, heck of a job. Number 1, walking away with the podium. Want to talk to you. You had a little bit of struggles out there, a little bit of contact with that outside wall. How were you able to persevere and overcome what I'll call a setback?
A little bit. I think that's a little bit of an under exaggeration.
Well, I'm trying to be nice.
The turn 4 wall had my number, man.
Hey, it wasn't turn 3.
It had the number 24 written all over it. but no, I've always struggled with the turn 4 wall at Kansas Speedway. Anytime I come here, it's always turn 4. So like I just hit it. I don't know. I probably hit it a good 5 or 6 times in this race and just had to come back down pit road, fix my damage. You know, every caution I was fixing damage. But battled through adversity, like my dad said. He congratulated me on fighting through adversity here, because that's ultimately what it was. I struggled through this race. Couldn't regain the track position. I mean, it's so hard to pass at this track that once you get back there, the leaders for pretty much the entirety of this race will tell you, and you're going to interview Jake, I'm sure, because he's more than likely a champion. He will tell you that once you get back there, it is really hard to pass. I mean, it's like getting back in dirty air and the car just feels completely different. You got to you're out of the gas way more. It just felt way better up front. And Riley found that out. He was, I mean, once the bottom really came in, Riley was the fastest car on the racetrack. So once he got the lead, I knew it was pretty much his to lose. I just had to get around the 38 and the 4. But yeah, congrats to Riley, man. It was a tough race for both of us.
Well, Alan, you finished the season off on a high note here, walking away with yet another podium performance this season. Before we let you go and enjoy a little bit of off-season time with the family and friends, would you like to give any final shout-outs, thank yous, love yous?
Oh yeah, I'm always gonna thank my dad. He watches every single race, and feel really fortunate to have at least one fan watching the races. And I gotta thank you, Dave. Uh, Thanks for putting up the broadcast every week. I mean, I say it. Yeah, I'm a broken record. I'm a broken record sometimes. I gotta say, my dad wouldn't be able to watch this race, and none of my friends would be able to watch this race if it weren't for you. So I have to give you credit, and thank my teammates. Brendan dominated. I mean, absolutely flat out dominated this race, and to see how he got that unfortunate finish of 13th, it's just that's a tough one. But Riley, congrats, man. Hey, all of Premier Racing Team, every one of us got a win this season. Riley was the last one to do it, so I'm happy for all of us. Brendan Mathia, yes, his last name is Mathia, not Mathia.
No, it's definitely Mathia. We're going with Mathia.
It's Mathia.
We're not changing on the last race. It's over with.
I'm so sorry. He always forgets to correct you, and then it's like, oh, you missed your chance, man.
I gotcha.
But yeah, Brendan and Riley are awesome teammates, and I also got to thank Daniel for being an admin, Dave for putting up the races, Coro for hosting this thing, basically being the owner. I mean, all the guys that are the leadership of this league, they've made it great, and I can see why it's made it through 8 seasons, and I'm excited for the 9th.
All right. Well, again, Alan, congratulations on a great run this season. Finishing things off on a high note with yet another podium. Until we meet again, stay safe. And as always, my friend, keep it fast.
Thanks, Dave. You too, man.
Oh, there you go. There you have it. Final words for the man that walks away second on the podium here tonight. Alan Bledsoe will pick up yet another podium, and we're going to prematurely kind of call this one. Hopefully it doesn't backfire on us, but let's see if we can't go talk to your season champion behind the wheel of that number 25 Navy Accelerate Your Life Blue Angels sponsored machine. Jake, how you feeling, bud?
Well, I have a slight feeling I don't have it, but I'm very, very, very happy that after that yellow flag came out, I had a slight heart attack, but was able to stay where I was, and it felt pretty good that everything was going to be okay. So I have a good feeling that I have it, but according to my math, hopefully.
Well, our math is pretty good as well. I think you may have got it by just a point or two. So as we came to you, we mentioned to all the fans that hopefully we're not doing this prematurely, but I'm pretty sure you're gonna walk out of here with that season championship. Either way, you've had a hell of a year, an amazing run, an amazing ride. This is going to be um, 8 top 10s. Out of those eight, all eight of them top fives, 3 race wins, a win in the championship chase. I mean, you had one hell of a season. We believe you capped it off with the championship. So before we let you go here and await the final standings before celebrating, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous, maybe look back, reflect on any particular race that may have turned your season around?
Well, it was. I got excited to see that we were racing the Gen 4s when we s- when we switched from Xfinity. I remember the Indianapolis race. I qualified on pole by like 2/10, led half the race. I'm like, man, this is gonna be my season. And then just not getting there at the end. I was just wanting a win so badly. And then Daytona, where I least expect a win, I for some reason just barely got it by one of the closest finishes I've ever seen. Um, and then the playoffs started, and I just turned on the afterburners. I was just trying to take a different approach. It's do or die. And the first race was at Michigan. Didn't get any practice. Wasn't expecting much as a start. I was just getting ready for Christian and Derek to walk away with it. But all of a sudden, out of nowhere, my my car just decided to become a United States Navy Blue Angel, and I was flying. um, then we went to Watkins Glen, and I thought I was going to get another top three, but just just unfortunate events got me out of that race. My second DNF of the year. Uh, then Texas, field strategy, last second effort to try and get a Kozak gap for the points after that disappointing performance at the Glen. Uh, I was just I was just going for the swing for the fences, a hoping for a good finish, and I got a second place. And then Vegas, same thing. I was able to come home with the win, and today it was not the best finish, but I'll definitely take it. Um, I'd like to thank I'd like to thank all the fans for watching, especially this long interview. Um, I'd like to thank I'd like to thank Dave Gage and Ed Hack or Head Hawk for running this league. It's amazing, and if anyone would like to join next season, feel free. And if you need any help, I'm always open. I'd like to thank all the drivers for letting there be not too many yellows and not too many incidences. I'd like to thank my teammates, Christian Abbott, who sadly did not show up tonight, Derek Moore, who came just short, but we were all cool about it, and Andrew McConville on this Red Mist podcast team, and of course, last but definitely not least, Mr. Dave in the Cave for putting on this amazing broadcast every single Wednesday night for us to rewatch later and have some good laughs.
Well, man, I appreciate the good comments and the well wishes. I know all your fellow competitors, your admins, whether they were competing for the championship with you right down to the end, or whether they were just racing it out with you throughout the season. I know each and every person out here involved appreciate you. You got a ton of talent, my man. Keep it locked in, and I'm sure we're going to see you back in victory lane, possibly fighting for some more championships down the line. So, with all that being said, enjoy this one. It's well earned, well deserved, Jake. And until next time, stay safe. And as always, which I don't think is ever a problem for you, stay safe and keep it fast.
Thank you, Dave.
All right, there you go. Final words from the man, crown the king, here at the end of tonight's Gatorade Fast Twitch 300 live from Kansas Speedway Championship night. And what a night it was. First time race winner, new champion. Man, it doesn't get much better than that. An amazing season, an amazing run. Here with the Hauck Designs Cup Series, brought to you by the American Sim Motor Racing Group, right here on iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator. As you can hear, producers already hitting those buttons in the background. You know the familiar sounds. You know it's time to run down your unofficial race results from Kansas Speedway Championship night. Riley Hoots gets the job done for the first time this season. He'll walk away with his first checkered flag. Alan Bledsoe going to finish in second, with Daniel Jensen back in third. Derek Moore coming up just short and finishing in fourth. Zach Miller in the 38 machine in fifth. Patrick Coro going to slide home in sixth. Jake Innes able to secure the championship with a 7th place run. Eighth tonight from Kansas Speedway, the 404 of Dave Gage, with Arga Bright right behind him. Cody Schultz going to finish out your top 10. Andrew McConville back in 11th, 12th place tonight to Brian Tarnowski. And Brendan in 13th. We're just not going to say it. He walks away 13th. Andrew Alt comes home in 14th. 15th place here tonight, Alex Wiggins. Deontay Howard in 16th. Nicholas Wing and Jeffrey Engel finish out the 18-car field here from Kansas Speedway. That's going to do it for us. We're going to cut off the lights and roll up the cords for the final time here in season number 8 with the ASMR Hauck Designs Cup Series. What a run, what a season. Glad you could all join us, glad you could all be here. If you haven't already, show these guys some love and appreciation. Make sure you drop them the thumbs up. If you haven't already, you know what to do. Join us in that push to 4,000 subscribers. Hit the thumbs up, click subscribe, smash that bell. Over there on the right-hand side, get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by, whether you're sliding in to say hey, or you are one of our dedicated fans, friends, family, or one of our many sponsors. We do appreciate each and every one of you. Without you, there would be no us. So look for us on your notifications. Coming up with some great racing action in the next handful of weeks. We got Chili Bowl action coming up. We got the Daytona 24 coverage coming at you as well. So we've got some great racing, and couldn't think of a better way to kick off the new year than crowning a champion here tonight from Kansas Speedway. So with that being said, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.